Noah, they're inside. And Dang. And for Dallas, Marion and Dirk make up the forwards. Kidd and Butler at the 1 and the 2. And Haywood. And now our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, has some info for us. Doris, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Joakim Noah is known for playing with so much passion and energy. He said, I feel I'm in a really privileged situation, playing at the highest level, making money, doing what I love to do. Not a lot of people get the chance to do that. That's why I really enjoy what I'm doing and always make the most of it. I owe that to the people who helped me. Noah's zeal for life and the game, easy to see in the way he approaches it. Kevin?
Infectious enthusiasm, Doris. You see it every time he steps on the floor. That free throw, no good.
You know, for 8 years, Butler chewed straws during games. Actually went through 12 a game, Kevin. I mean, that sounds like you and sandwiches at the table.
He hits the second from the line. Here's Rose. Noah in the post, working on Haywood. Outside Rose. He's covered by Kidd. 1 on the clock. Rose gets the bucket. Here's Kidd. He's covered by Rose. Kidd kicks to Marion. Nowitzki, he's covered by Boozer. Fires from 14. That's good from Nowitzki on the assist by Marion. Nowitzki's got his first basket. Mavericks on D. Right side Dang. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Here's Kidd. Under 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, earlier I had a chance to speak with Rick Carlisle. When I asked what his approach would be to cracking this stout defense, he said, we have to stay calm and make sure we don't force anything. There will be times this game where we're going to have our scoring droughts, but the key is not to panic and start making silly mistakes. Just play our game.
Thanks, Doris. Clark, so much for advanced scouting.
Sometimes that's a false prophecy, though, and you have to adjust to what the other team is coming out and running.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Thomas comes in for Joakim Noah, and it's Corver in for Ronnie Brewer. It's stolen by Rose. Over Butler, and good with the shot. And the whistle blows for the contact and a chance for one more. And Rose, no good on that one. Derrick Rose out of Memphis, the former #1 overall pick in 2008. And then Clark, went on to win the NBA Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, and he's proven himself as a terrific playoff performer in his first 2 years in the league as well. And he's only getting better, Kevin. Made his first All-Star team last year.
Dang to Thomas. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. That one is off. And Clark, talk about what makes Derrick Rose so special.
Well, I think it's his combination, Kevin, of size, strength, and speed, as well as acceleration in the open court. He is a terrific finisher in the lane.
And the second free throw, good. Thinking about this Bulls team knocked out by Cleveland in round one, Joakim Noah said he wanted the Cavs, but maybe bit off a little bit more than he could chew in that statement.
Well, you know what? It wasn't for lack of effort on his part. I thought he produced at a high level. The Bulls just need to mature a little bit and add an inside scoring presence to be able to challenge the Cavs.
Outside Dang. Corver defended by Butler. It's tipped.
He got baited into throwing that one. The defense was well on top of it.
Blocked. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Chandler comes in for Brendan Haywood. And it's Terry in for Sean Marion. Knocked loose.
The closer in you get, the more they'll reach in for the pilfer. You got to protect the rock.
Here's and Boozer throws it down hard. Now Sprite slam cam to replay that one.
With his length, Kevin, he doesn't necessarily have to go way up top to throw it down.
Here's Kidd. 2:08 left in the first. And Rose picks him up defensively. Kidd kicks to Nowitzki. Good in the assist to Kidd. Nowitzki's got his second basket of the game. The Bulls leading by 4. Rose passes to Korver. It's dumped off. From about 19 feet, tipped. Now Kidd. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Butler up high and down hard.
He has almost supernatural bouncing ability. He can bounce right out of the building.
Only a handful of players have that kind of athleticism, Clark. And so here is Chicago, following the score by Dallas. Dang with the bucket.
Speed is only part of the equation here. He's not blinding quick, but he was determined to take that one to the rim.
Here's Butler. Kept alive. Here's Chandler. And good, they convert on the second chance. Chandler's got his first points in this one. Now the Bulls with it. Back to Rose. Tosses it up. Kidd grabs the board. And Dallas has possession. Trailing by 2. He's picked up by Dang. Right side, Terry. Nowitzki to the paint. Kicks it out to Terry. 4 on the clock. Over Korver. Scooped up. Chandler's shot. Good.
Nice. Big momentum builders, those second chance points.
Here's Rose. 22 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Dang. Tyson Chandler pulls it in. Here's Kidd. Boozer gets the reach-in call. That's his first foul. Here's Terry. Not on the scoreboard yet. The 3. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Here's Rose. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
Sometimes you just don't connect. They can't dwell on it. They've got to move on and just D up and get it back.
Barea with it. And a lot of offense on display in this first quarter. Mavericks ahead. They lead by 3.
Well, they're in control of the backboards. Good rebounding is so often a big key to winning basketball games.
And we'll return momentarily. A closely contested game here at the start of the second quarter.
Looks like they switched to man D here.
Here is Barea. So with Nowitzki sitting on the bench, here's who Rick Carlisle's going with. They've got J.J. Barea. Haywood is out there with Marion. And there's Terry and Ajinça. Here is Barea. He's covered by Watson. Clock is at 3. 3 seconds left. No good. Now Chicago takes it the other way. One thing you have to deal with when you're playing Dallas, not only Clark can they make the threes, but you know what? They can defend the three-point shot pretty well.
Well, I know that's an emphasis of Rick Carlisle. They finished top 10 a year ago in three-point field goal defense, and they were able to do that because they do a nice job closing out on deep shooting threats, and then they don't give up very many easy shot attempts from behind the three-point line. They transition defensively as well.
Connected on the shot, and he was fouled. A chance here for a three-point play. He can't complete the three-point play. With the Dallas Mavericks, and looking at last year, how they ranked, they tied the Lakers club for the best record in the West against the East. They were 22-8.
Well, unfortunately for them, Kevin, that regular season track record is not their problem. It's teams in the West that give them fits in the postseason.
That's true. Well, at the expense of Mav fans, dare I bring up the Miami Heat when you talk about them against the East in the finals just a few short years ago?
They don't want to hear about that part. I mean, that was a painful pill to swallow after being up in that series 2-0 and looked like they had game 3 in their pocket before Dwayne Wade went berserk and then took over the whole series on the way to Miami winning that championship.
And making a change here, the Mavericks. Nowitzki's checked in. The Bulls also changing it up. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Luol Deng. And he can't hit the second.
The Bulls only had 13 wins against the West last year. They need to make better progress in that area.
Sometimes your style doesn't fit with another conference, and that might be the case with Chicago.
Could possibly be. Excellent point.
From 6 feet, Haywood gets the bucket. Here is Watson. About 3.5 minutes left in the second. Here's Noah. Haywood grabs the board. You know, Clark, going back to the Bulls against the Western Conference, 17 and 13 the prior year, to that 2009, and then they flipped it around.
Yeah, I think they're maturing as a team right now, Kevin. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see them break out and win 20 or more against the West this season. That's a terrific play. All he had to do was catch it and finish.
Here is Watson. Here's Korver. A foul called, and he earns a trip to the line. Always a big asset for any sports team. This Mavs team is lucky to have such a dynamic owner committed to winning. Even though they have an aging roster, they've managed to be a premier team for the last decade. But do you think that their window is shrinking a little bit?
Well, you always have to be cognizant of that. There is a certain shelf life for players and a group of players on a particular team, and certainly the Mavs are moving in that direction. So we'll see how it plays out over the next year or two, but you have to consider that Kidd and Nowitzki not only have a lot of years on their resumes, but they've also got a lot of miles on their bodies too.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Sean Marion covering. With the fadeaway, Noah's shot is off. Clark, going back to that point about Kidd and Dirk, window closing or window closed?
I would say closing, Kevin, because they still have much to offer. Now you have to be very selective in how you massage their minutes during the course of the season, practices and game, and then you'd like to see an infusion of some young, active, energetic talent to take some of the load off of those guys sooner rather than later.
First free throw is good, and the Mavericks with some changes. Tyson Chandler, who's checked in for Nowitzki, and Jason Kidd has subbed in for J.J. Barea. Then for the Bulls, Rose is checked in. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Here is Brewer. 2:40 left in the half. Rose kicks it to Noah. Back to Rose. Chandler against Noah. It's blocked.
They've been really strong on the glass thus far.
Sure have. Brewer with the steal. And here is Gibson. cannot hit. Pass to Terry. And he dunks that one through.
These guys are in the zone. They're taking it over.
Here's Rose. Here is Brewer. Sean Marion covering. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. You got to stop the layup there. Make him earn his points from the line.
The first one falls.
This is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line right here.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Kidd. No points for him. On the wing, Terry. Thrown back. Here is Rose. 1:43 left in the second. Fires from 14, kept alive. Now Gibson. Shoots over Haywood. And again, no good by Chicago. Tyson Chandler traded from the Bobcats to Dallas.
Whoa! That's just poor defense, Kevin. Somebody's got to get back and defend the basket. Instead, they give up a rack-to-rack finish.
Here's Noah. The shot is off, and Dallas the other way. Right side Kidd, and Rose picks him up defensively. Kidd gets the bucket. Here is Rose. Gibson in the post. Haywood covering. Got that bucket in no time at all.
Boy, sharing the sugar, spreading the wealth, that's a good team effort.
Rose against Kidd. Haywood. It's stolen by Rose.
And you look at what they've done, or rather what they haven't done, it's hold on to the ball. They've had 4 turnovers already this quarter.
Here's Terry. He's got 7. Dumps it off. Kidd against Rose. Kidd with it. And Rose picks him up defensively. Behind the arc. Kidd, no good. Bulls trail by 6.
They'd be smart to hold it now for the last shot.
Here's Noah. Tyson Chandler pulls it in.
He's really struggled to get into any kind of comfortable flow here. 0 points this quarter, and he really doesn't look like himself out there.
It bounces out of bounds after the shot. And here comes Rose. And the first half is now in the books.
Take a look at what Jason Terry's done. He's got 7 points, and he's been able to hit the 3 ball, picking up 1 from deep so far. He's passing the ball so well right now and is really focused at the charity stripe, too.
Mavericks lead by 6.
Thanks for joining us for HP at the half with a terrific game going on at American Airlines Center. A good one in progress for the Mavericks. Close-range shots, their bread and butter early on, a gigantic lead in points in the paint. Jason Terry, a huge X factor. At the break, 7 points and has added a couple assists in this one too. And for the Bulls, they're still gutting it out. Their terrible field goal percentage dragging down their whole game. They got to find a way to take the lid off. A trying half for Joakim Noah. He hasn't scored any points, hasn't looked very good from the field, low shooting percentage. And that's going to do it. Time now to send you back to Big D. Third quarter coming up.
The start of the second half getting underway. It's been a closely contested game so far. Here's Kidd. So the Bulls 5 right now. Rose and Dang on the floor. Carlos Boozer and Joakim Noah, they're inside. And Brewer fades back. Kidd with another miss.
That was a rare miss from him. The defense was fortunate there.
Dang with the bucket. Dang's got 6. Here's Kidd. Here's Nowitzki, blocked. Well, you think about Joakim Noah, a player who had received his fair share of criticism prior to last season in Chicago. Clark, you know, people went as far as calling him a bust, but their tune certainly has changed since then.
And you always have to be patient with big players, Kevin, big guys. You got to give them a little more time. You can't be as quick to get down on them, and Joakim Noah has shown he's got a tremendous motor. He's got an excellent basketball IQ. He's an excellent rebounder. I mean, this is a guy that you win with because he brings that intensity and production from that power forward center spot that's valuable for any kind of contending team.
Let's go to our great sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for an update. Doris?
Well, guys, as you know, the Dallas Mavericks are one of the older teams in the entire NBA. Jason Kidd said, "We understand what it takes to win. When you have a veteran ball club, you might be older, people think you might be slower, but you have to use your wisdom and knowledge to win ball games, and that's where we feel we have a huge advantage." And with Kidd bringing it up, guys, the basketball IQ is never a question. Kevin?
Not at all. Thanks, Doris. Here's Dang. No good. And Dallas the other way. They've led by as much as 10. Here's Butler. And, yep, that falls, and the foul is called. We'll see him shoot one from the free throw line. And the Bulls making a change here. Watson's checked in. And no problem at the line here for the three-point play. Caron Butler had one of the worst seasons of his career last season, Clark.
You know, Kevin, ever since his All-Star appearance in 2009, it does seem as though he's not made as much progress, and he didn't really deliver the way they hoped he would in the playoffs. But sometimes when you're a mid-season trade acquisition, it really takes a while to get established and get comfortable.
That's a good point. Kidd kicks to Nowitzki. Leads him with the pass, and it's Butler with the jam.
That was a terrific throwdown. I mean, the D wanted nothing to do with that one.
Well, they got to protect the rim much better than that.
Yeah, but he came with force there, Kevin.
Well, you're right. Bulls trail by 9. And here's Watson. Noah with it. Haywood covering. Noah's shot is off.
Every time they get under the glass, it seems like they're getting all of the... Oh! These guys have taken complete control of the game. No contest.
Here's Rose. 6 points for him. The dump off. Watson. Will it go? Dirk Nowitzki with the rebound. 2:23 left in the third quarter. Coach is liking what he's seeing from the offense. Outside Butler. From about 16, and another basket for Dallas.
His height is really an advantage on that medium-range jumper. He can just rise up and pop it right over the defenders and get a good shot every time.
From about 16, and again, Chicago. No good. Here's Dallas. 11 unanswered points for him. Can't get it to go. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Back to Dang. Kidd against Rose. Rose with the charge. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Despite that turnover, they've been spectacular protecting the ball, but they need to improve in other areas. if they're going to pull this one out.
Taj Gibson's checked in for the Bulls. And Dallas has possession. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Outside Kidd. Shoots it. Off right iron.
Well, he gives up some height, but he didn't give up the rock. Nice ball.
Here's Boozer. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Boozer's got his second bucket. Here's Kidd. Nowitzki outside. Baseline jumper. Here's Chandler. Can't hit. Now the Bulls with it. 11-point game. Now here's Kidd. Nowitzki outside. From 20 feet out. Gets the bucket. Nowitzki's got 12 in the game.
I'll tell you what, he's been an efficient scorer for them. He executes, takes good shots, and he always seems to make a basket when it's needed most. He's excellent at timely baskets.
Sinks the open shot. He's got 14.
He's been a go-to guy for him here in the quarter, doing an outstanding job putting the ball in the basket.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. There's Rose with the three, and that's collected by Nowitzki.
You got to expect more out of him here. He's had a lot of difficulty this quarter, which in turn is making it difficult for them to cut into this deficit at all.
Kidd with the bucket.
They're getting open looks now and knocking them down after struggling a bit in the first half. I mean, that just comes from understanding who you are and what you do. Stay with your game plan.
We have just finished the third quarter, and it's a double-digit ball game.
Nowitzki has been playing really well. He's got 14 points, and he has 1 block in the game, too. Some strong numbers for him that quarter.
And we'll be back momentarily live from Dallas. And now let's send it to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for our Sprite Spark of the game. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. It's the Mavericks with the spark of the game with that big push we saw. They are rolling, guys. They're making plays at both ends of the floor, making their move.
Great, Doris. That big scoring run being a difference maker, Clark, in this game.
Well, it often comes in spurts, Kevin. Spurtability is what I call it, and that's what happened today.
Here is Rose. So with Nowitzki sitting on the bench, here's who Rick Carlisle's going with. Chandler out there with Stevenson. Then there's J.J. Barea and Ajinça.
The defense hasn't let him get too many clean looks in this game. He's having trouble getting it done at the offensive end here, and I think you've got to credit the defense.
Brewer passes to Gibson. Fires from 14. Ajinça gets the board inside.
This is one of the key reasons why they're losing. You have to get more production out of your core star.